welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time that you're on my channel, I'm Vanessa Somuayina and welcome to the fam. So guys, in today's reading, we're going to be looking at your life 3 months from now. So we're going to be looking into the jaw-dropping, startling, and completely unexpected situations that are popping up within the next 3 months of your life. So for today's pick a card reading, we have 4 crystals that you can choose from, and I would like you to pick one of these 4 gems completely intuitively. So the names of the crystals of today's pick a card reading are as follows. We have the Labradorite, we have the Celestine, we have a Geode, as well as a clear quartz. But as usual, you guys, the timestamps to all 4 groups can be found down below in the description box, as well as pinned to the comment section by myself. And before I get into the readings, I just wanted to thank each and every one of you beautiful, gorgeous souls for supporting my channel, for supporting my journey, and honestly, just being a part of the fam. I appreciate having you in my energetic field so much more than you could ever imagine. And even in the bleakest of moments, you guys make me excited for what the future holds. So I just wanted to express my gratitude before getting into the readings. So yeah, enough chit chat. I want to get straight into it, and I will be starting with the first group, which corresponds to the Labradorite. And to all of my other fabulous groups, I will catch you at the click of your timestamp. Hello, group number 1, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Labradorite. Group number 1, first and foremost, let's speak about why you may have chosen this stone and felt naturally drawn to it. So it seems to just be sitting here, and it feels a little basic, doesn't it? But then, lo and behold, as soon as the light hits it, it shimmers in all of these fabulous, fantastic colors. And the reason why you may have chosen the Labradorite is because you're kind of low-key like that too. You know, upon first glance, oh, nothing to see here, but then all of a sudden it's like, bam, where did that come from? But I want to move into your reading so we can figure out exactly what is going on within the next 3 months of your life. So I have just 2 cards prepared. The rest we're going to be doing intuitively. I think I will lay your Labradorite right before us so it can kind of be the leader, the energetic leader of your reading. So first and foremost, we have the full moon in Taurus, as well as the 6 of materials. So in the full moon in Taurus, one thing that I can see here is that in order to channel as much success as you possibly can within the next 3 months, you have to really sit down and make a plan, a practical plan, not a hypothetical plan that would be beautiful and nice, a real plan. So if you want to start your own business, for instance, write down exactly how you're going to do it. As I can see here in the 6 of materials, that you have a lot being returned to you once you give. So what do I mean by that? When you give people your time, your energy, maybe you're donating, you're going to get that back tenfold. So I want you to really put a plan into place, to think of a plan for your life, because when you have that practical plan in place, you're way more likely to follow through with it. So expect bounty, expect material bounty, as we do have the 6 of materials in here, but material bounty that is kind of being attracted back to you because you are giving. So not just receiving, but receiving after you have given. And as I said, material bounty does not just need to be donating. Maybe you just don't have the funds right now to donate to the causes that you love, but the causes that you love might need volunteers. They might need somebody who runs their social media, their website. Reach out to them and sign petitions, and also reach out to people who may just need a little bit of emotional help, just a friend to speak to. You would be surprised at how many people would be grateful to just have somebody that listens to them and cares about what they're going through. Then we have the Knight of Materials. This could be a love interest that is coming into the picture. Group number 1, why did I want to say group number 3? Group number 1, this may be a love interest that is coming into the picture within the next 3 months. That is why I skipped to 3, because I was already so ahead with my sentence, because my mind just runs at 1,000,000 miles an hour when I'm conducting readings. So the Knight of Materials is somebody who is very grounded, very dependable, and somebody who is reliable. So they are very much focused on creating their dream life, okay? They want fabulous things in life. They want to enjoy all of the luxuries and the fine things that this world has to offer, and they're working very hard towards that. In the Queen of Emotions, we have a side coming kind of forward aside from within you that is coming out within these next 3 months that is very much in a composed state. So you may think to yourself, girl, Vanessa, there is nothing about me that is in a composed state right now. But newsflash, within the next 3 months, you're going to find kind of like your Uja Ibra a lot more. Uja Ibra, I know I'm being really woo-woo today, but that is kind of like your breath, your own kind of rhythm, okay? So finding that is something that is going to allow you to just take everything in a way more calm way and not feel as though you have to react to everything. So a lot less reactivity and a lot more personal composure. And then we have the Tower. So the Tower shows up when things kind of need to crumble, when things kind of need to be re-established, if you will. So that could be just somebody that you're currently seeing that not working out, and in turn the Knight of Materials entering your life as an interest, as a love interest, maybe also a platonic interest, just somebody who you can really see being a friend in your circle for a long time, for like, you can really envision a future with them is what I'm trying to say. So in the Tower, I want you to know that whenever things crumble, whenever things fall, that just allows for very fertile soil to be there, for very fertile grounds for you to grow something new in. And I feel like this is very relevant for the space you're in right now, the space the world is in right now. And within these next 3 months, we will see a lot of old things crumbling, a lot of old ideologies, a lot of old mindsets just fading away and being replaced by newer and more progressive thoughts. Then we have a regeneration as well as loyal heart. So in regeneration, I can tell that, you know, regeneration is something that happens whenever things need to come back into balance. So right now, life is out of balance. You feel like crazy things are happening all around you. And I just want you to keep very loyal to the people that keep you sane, that keep you grounded. And the same goes for this Knight of Materials. This is a person that is entering your life within the next 3 months that you can trust. So allow yourself to get to know them better, to get closer to them, and for them to keep you in a sane headspace where you feel like, okay, I can just speak openly about how I feel without being judged. Then we have the never-ending story as well as the fates. So group number 1, I feel as though you're kind of going through something, and in the never-ending story, there is an indication of this being negative self-talk about a certain area of your personality or your appearance that you just cannot cease to talk badly about. And group number 1, I want you to know that the more you engage in that behavior, the more you get used to it, and the more it actually becomes a part of your personality. So all of a sudden, you're not just having a bad day, you're not just going through something, all of a sudden this is genuinely how you feel about yourself. So allow yourself to realize that, to notice it, to put a little bit more focus on whenever you feel like putting yourself down or talking to yourself in a way that is not the nicest, and say like, hey, if I continue doing this, this is a never-ending story. This is a cycle that is vicious, that is not going to end unless I end it, unless I say to myself, look, I cannot go on like this any longer, because it's not healthy for me or anybody who enters my energetic plane, because of course that is going to affect the kind of energy that you're emitting and putting out into the greater consciousness, and that's not what you would want to do, group number 1. So really look into just cycles that are never ending, that are just continuously there, and they just seem to get worse and more established the more you let them go unnoticed. Then we have the North Node. So within the next 3 months, you're stepping out of your comfort zone, and I feel as though making this practical plan that we spoke about in the full moon in Taurus just makes me see that stepping out of your comfort zone has everything to do with making a plan that's like for real, group number 1. Not just hypothetically, it would be great if I had $1 million to start my own billion-dollar company. No, actually making a real plan, a tangible plan, and knowing that it is a plan that you can follow through with. And if you don't follow through with it, then that just kind of shows that you're letting fears get the best of you. So I see you confronting that between now and the next 90 days and just coming into full confrontation with a part of yourself that you may have wished to just keep on the down low, that you may have hoped would just stay hidden, because confronting your fear, stepping outside of your comfort zone, I mean, there's a reason why it's called comfort zone. So stepping outside of it is never an easy walk in the park. Then we have the miracle of nature as well as the earth angel. So in the miracle of nature, one thing that I can see here is that you can reconnect greatly with yourself, your spirits, who you are, by spending more time in the fresh air. So by looking at the news, the media, you may feel as though being outside is scary or intimidating, but there are places, little almost oasis type areas where you can just have your own little sanctuary. For instance, for me, I live very close to a very foresty type area, so that is my sanctuary, and I regularly go into the forest, go into the greenery, out into the nature, not just to get some fresh air, but to just ground myself. I leave my phone at home. That's why I never post about it on my Instagram, though I do want to start bringing it just to record memories from myself, my dogs, also for you guys to see. But until I really got used to not having my phone with me and not feeling the need to check what's going on social media or in the news, what's new, and until I felt comfortable enough not doing that, I just told myself, hey, you gotta leave your phone behind. You gotta allow yourself to get in a space where you feel grounded and highly unbothered by the fact that you are not connected to anybody. Then we have the earth angel. So the earth angel just speaks of the beauty that can emerge out of you as long as you allow yourself to be disconnected from electronic devices, from knowing what is going on every second of the day. And often time just goes like this when you're scrolling through Instagram, browsing some web page that you thought, oh, let me just quickly check out, and all of a sudden a half hour is gone, an hour is gone, and you haven't really done anything for yourself. So I definitely see you working against that being the norm, as I can see here in the earth angel, that is the outcome from being more in the nature. You being this earth angel, being this highly connected, sensitive empath creature that knows the difference between the everyday kind of consumerism that we live and allowing yourself to also just be submerged in complete nature and just be disconnected from all of that without feeling insecure or like something is missing. Ooh. And then we have love and accept yourself, which just ties in really beautifully with what we've been speaking about, and express your creativity. So the next step from that within these next 3 months is to love and accept yourself more. We spoke about this earlier, you being in this never-ending cycle of pointing out something that you don't like about yourself. Maybe your nose, your tummy, your thighs, whatever it is. We all have our own insecurities. And in love and accept yourself, when you learn to love that part for why it is there, you can just come into a state where you're so much less focused on yourself and all of the things that may bother you about yourself, and you can just completely immerse yourself in creativity and flow. So let me make an example for you. For instance, when I stopped focusing so much on how I felt my appearance affected me and maybe affected others, which is really crazy because we always think that people are noticing our imperfections when other people are just thinking that you're noticing their imperfections. So nobody is actually paying that much attention to those around them, okay? Nobody is going to notice like the tiniest little imperfection in your skin and so on and so forth. It's just you. And when I started to notice like, hey, if I think about myself so critically, I'm sure a lot of other people think that too, which means that it makes no sense to think about myself so critically because nobody is looking at me in a critical way. People are looking at themselves in such a critical way because people have so much love for other people, more love than we often expect. A lot of people are like that, I think, and a lot of people can see beauty in you. And that is something that I try to do. That is something that I find puts me in a good headspace whenever I go out and about and I see people. I just try to point out what I think is really beautiful in them, you know, just their way of being, their way of seeing the world, and not necessarily just limiting that to a physical trait. So you should try that group number 1. It's really something that is very heart-opening, okay? A very heart-opening exercise. Lastly, in Express Your Creativity, we kind of touched on it a little bit. I want you to know that just immersing yourself in the nature within these next 3 months and allowing yourself to wholeheartedly love who you are and all the little things that may have bothered you, and maybe also seeing how they're useful. If you, for instance, don't like your feet, just remind yourself that your feet carry you places. Your feet do things for you. And if your feet do not carry you places, be grateful that, you know, you still have them with you. I mean, we're all very different. We all have different struggles, and some of us just need to accept that while it's maybe not physically the most pleasing, there's a reason why you have this feature. So embrace it, and that will allow you to not micro focus so much on it and instead express a lot more creativity. Feel like you are a lot more in a headspace where you can plan, do the things that you need to do for your life, for your business, your love life, and just be in a more accepting headspace, period. Group number 1. So group number 1, wherever you are in this world, thank you so much for joining me in today's reading. I hope that you found it insightful, and I hope that it gave you motivation as well as just amazing vibes. And if you're new to my channel, do not forget to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in one of my upcoming readings. Hello, group number 2, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Celestine group number 2, which is such a gorgeous gemstone. I just absolutely love this. If you do not yet own a Celestine, you need one, group number 2. There's a reason why you felt naturally drawn to it. So let's get right into your reading about your life 3 months from now. So we have the Emperor as well as the first quarter moon. So one thing that I can see between now and the next 3 months is that your commitment to the cause is being tested. And in correlation to the Emperor, I see that it is really a make or break time for you. So these next 3 months are going to be challenging, as in your beliefs and everything that you stand for is being tested. And you may see that being played out right now on a greater and bigger level in this world. And I see here that it's important for you to remind yourself of who you are, group number 2. Don't allow any negativity, any naysayers to get you down. In the Emperor, I see that you have a lot more impact and a lot more strength than you may give yourself credit for. And the most important thing with the Emperor is just to plan ahead, is just to make sure that you have a tangible way, a tangible plan in place as to how you want to move forward and how you want to continue to make an impact in this world. Then we have the Queen of Emotions. So the Queen of Emotions, this could be somebody entering your life, group number 2. The Queen of Emotions is most likely a water sign. Emotions are held in the cups, and the cups represents the suit of water signs, okay? Represents the suit of everything connected, especially to the emotional realm. So you may be attracting a water sign into your life platonically or romantically. Either way, there's somebody who is mature, who is, you know, maybe older than you and kind of well established in their life and where they're going. So in correlation to that, we have the Queen of Inspiration. So you could be attracting 2 different people into your life, or you could just be attracting somebody who is almost like a perfect mixture between the Queen of Inspiration and the Queen of Emotions. And don't feel as though queen means it has to be a woman. This could be anybody. These are just the cards, and you know, the cards just use different names for different depictions, so don't take that too seriously, group number 2. In the Queen of Inspiration, we have somebody who is very much a go-getter, somebody who is out there grinding and doing the thing and making sure that they are leaving an impact in this world. So allow yourself to get inspired by this person, allow yourself to let this person touch your life in order to fuel the Emperor that we have have within you. Then we have the Queen of Materials. So your reading is truly just full of Queen energy. Queen energy is decisive. The Queen knows what she wants. This person knows exactly what they desire, but at the same time, they're also nurturing. They're also going to give people who need a break. They're not going to push the people around them to a breaking point. But the energy that I get from your reading is very authoritative, both surrounding yourself in the Emperor as well as the people around you that are really changing your mindset and making an impact. So if you're following inspirational people on Instagram or on any other social media platform, know that they're really changing your point of view. Okay, we have a card that tried to escape, but we're getting it back into your reading. So we have the waxing moon. So in the waxing moon, I see here that just being touched by other people's kind of ambition, by other people's energy, is giving you momentum. So let people in. Usually I say don't be on social media so much, but when it comes to people who inspire you, allow them to keep being that driving force, inspiring you to be part of the change that we need so badly in this world. Then we have the new moon eclipse. So you should expect powerful change. I see that things are changing fundamentally when it comes to your life as well as a lot of other people's lives. We have the queens here within your reading. So this is not just something where you're going to feel like, oh, finally change, finally justice, finally we're getting somewhere. This is change that is also going to affect a plethora of other people, maybe a plethora of people, of minorities, people who are just generally less supported in society, even just women. So moving forward on that note is just highly empowering. Then we have manifesting miracles as well as count your blessings. So it seems as though within these next 3 months, you're manifesting things that you never expected. You're being part of a greater consciousness and a greater movement of change. And I see that a way how you can just amplify that a little bit more also for your personal life. Make sure that your manifestations of the things that you desire actually come true is to make sure that you're physically writing it down yourself, okay, with your 2 hands and not on your laptop or in your phone. Make sure that you're keeping a journal and keeping track of your manifestation. You have to do this regularly. Manifestation requires a little bit of discipline and a little bit of you just making sure that you stay on the ball. You can't just manifest once a year and expect to get that dream home, that dream body, that dream romantic situation, romantic life. Then we have inner power. So in the inner power, I see here that you just need to thank your angels for co-creating with you, because it's going to be undeniable is what I meant to say, that things were created within these next 3 months from a place of a higher power, from a source of more energy than we humans could just have by ourselves. Then we have take a step back as well as transformation. So you have to take a step back to just watch the transformation happen, both in your personal life as well as in, you know, the world around you, in the different countries around you, in the different areas around you. Sometimes you just need to watch. Sometimes you don't need to be talking. We don't need to always be engaging. Sometimes we just need to sit back and allow other people to kind of be the leaders of the transformation, especially when you need to recharge, when you need to regain your strength. So know when it's your place to transform, know when it's your place to put in the work in order to make sure that you're getting to where you want to go in life and that you're making an impactful change in this world, such as signing petitions, such as taking part in whichever kind of way of expressing yourself that you feel is right. But when you feel depleted and tired, don't bring that energy with you. Allow yourself to take that step back without feeling guilty, and know that the transformation is still happening, because there are other people who feel the same way you do. When you're tired, they're gonna have the energy to fill in the blanks, to fill in your space. So make sure that you're recharging, so you're showing up in this world with the best of you and not just bringing the rest of you. So group number 2, this is a reading that I received for you in regards to what is happening in your life within the next 3 months. If you made it to the end of this video, leave a little squid emoji down below in order to let me know, because the squid emoji is just so cute and just as a token of good luck and positive change. So wherever you are in this world, I hope that you're having an amazing day or night, and I will see you in one of my upcoming readings. Hello group number 3, and welcome to your reading about your life 3 months from now. So you chose the Geode group number 3, which is just such a gorgeous mineral. I absolutely love these little like geode cave guys. They're just such beautiful ornaments to have in your home as well. Why is this not focusing? I want to show you guys how beautiful this is. So yeah, really amazing choice. Geodes are also like amplifiers of energy. So they truly help you to amplify any kind of energy that you're trying to manifest and keep around yourself. So let's move further into, well, let's just start your reading. So we have the full moon in Scorpio as well as the 10 of emotions. So in the full moon in Scorpios, one thing that I can see here is that it is time for you to release negativity. I see that 3 months from now, negativity does not really have a space in your life. It does not really have an area that it fits into, as I can see in the 10 of emotions, that you're in a blissful place. We're still going to find out why you're in this blissful place 3 months from now, but it's important for you to just already start eliminating negative energy. So for instance, if you have a lot of crystals that you have kind of programmed to help you cleanse out negativity, add a geode to your collection, to your little altar, just in order to amplify that energy, because the shape, the rounded shape, just encapsulates the energy and just throws it back like 10 times stronger, if you know what I mean. So make sure that you're sticking to manifesting in a powerful way, and that you're using gemstones and crystals to your advantage if you have them within your home. Then we have the 3 of voices. So in the 3 of voices, one thing that I can see is that 3 months from now, somebody is going to be in dire need of your help. So we spoke about you being in a very blissful place, but then you're also being challenged 3 months from now for the universe to really figure out how good of a friend you are, how good of a companion you are, how good of a soulmate you are. This can be somebody who you are just in a platonic relationship with, but it could also be somebody that you are actually in an intimate relationship with, in a romantic relationship with. So they're going to be really down, heartbroken, and in a difficult situation, and it's up to you to help them. I can see here in the page of materials that they're really afraid whether they made the wrong decision, because they may have lost or just like stopped working where they worked prior to this, or you know, they started up their new business and they're really afraid. They're in a space where they feel as though, yeah, they made the wrong decision. They don't know if this is the right path for them, and their confidence is really knocked. And it's up to you to cheer them up, to bring them back to a place where they believe in themselves, then where they can go through the journey of trying to evolve into this person that they know they can be, the boss they know they can be. But it's important for you to be that friend, that companion that uplifts them and that's there for them when they need it the most, as this is something that they're just starting out in and is very new to them. Then we have the 5 of materials. So in the 5 of materials, one thing that I can tell here is that 3 months from now, there's going to be a situation here financially where you feel as though you have to spend way more money than you're comfortable with. So one thing that I can see in correlation to the rest of your reading is just that you have to spend way more money than you wanted to in clearing negativity if you do not start these practices now. So things may kind of blow up a little bit to a point where you're like, oh, there is so much negativity around me. I need to buy 10 crystals, go to a Reiki session, start my yoga practice, and so on and so forth. So that is what I see here in the 5 of materials coming for you if you're not able to kind of slowly make eliminating negativity a part of your everyday life now. So make sure that you invest time in that. Of course, you know, it's not a bad thing to start late. Late is better than never, but this might be very overwhelming if you don't already begin deepening your spiritual practices now. So then 3 months from now you may feel as though it's all a little much and it's all a little stressful, which is not what you want it to be, group number 3. Then we have the 8 of emotions as well as the page of voices. So one thing that I can tell here is that you have so much to share emotionally. You have so many feelings within you that have been bottled up, so many things that may have been bothering you about this world, about the people around you, about certain cultures that we have to live with, you know, certain demographics of people. And one thing that I can see here in the page of voices is that while you're maybe young, while you're maybe in a situation where people feel like you're not qualified to speak up, I see that, you know, it's still important for you to have your voice heard. And I don't want you to feel like it is not your place to speak up just because you feel like this page of voices, the page of voices is young, is inexperienced, and maybe gets looked at by others in a light where they don't take you as seriously. And that may be exactly how you feel, but do not allow that to stop you from sharing what you have to say. It may have to do with the situation that we're currently going through, with just political things, with things that are going on with the health in this world, you know, just general population health, if you will. I don't want to use the actual word because that is not what I want this video to be about, but you understand what I mean. So allow yourself to speak up about it and to be able to voice it more clearly compared to me, because I think YouTube just does not recommend videos when you say certain words. So I don't want to use those words because I want these messages to touch and go out to as many people as possible, and to encourage as many people as possible to speak up, even if they feel like their voice is not going to be heard as much as somebody else's voice. You know, there is really power in numbers. Then we have the full moon in Aquarius, as well as the new moon in Aries. So I see here that it's really time to take action 3 months from now. I see that things are just kind of going to be brooding a little bit within you within these next few weeks, as I can see here in the full moon in Aquarius, that you have to show the world your real you, group number 3. Right now, you're still showing a censored version. You're still showing a version where you feel as though you don't want to step on everybody's toes or anybody's toes, but don't worry about that. You have things that the world needs to know about that are slumbering within you. You have knowledge and wisdom that will inspire a lot of those who are younger than you and less experienced than you are. Then we have love and accept yourself, as well as the miracle of nature. So one thing that I can see in the miracle of nature is that 3 months from now, you'll be leaving the house a lot more. You'll be going out, doing things, grounding yourself, going into the nature, as well as to places such as, for instance, the mall, the local park, cinemas, so on and so forth. In love and accept yourself, I see here that you're just going to come out of this experience and this situation. You're going to come out of these next 3 months loving and accepting yourself to a degree to which you did not understand love and acceptance before. And this is because it's becoming so much more clear to you just how important it is for this world to have more love in it. And love starts with you. Cultivating more love and acceptance in the world starts with wholly and fully loving and accepting yourself first and foremost. And that is just where I see you heading, and that is where I see you making very big improvements these next 3 months. Then we have no place like home. Group number 3, I see a lot of home improvement. I see that 3 months from now, your home is going to be unrecognizable, maybe because you've moved, maybe also because you've just finally cleaned up in your home. You finally decluttered that chair that's full of clothes. You finally made sure that your surfaces are clear of clutter and free, and that you're able to display the things that you really love, that you really love and enjoy. Don't ask me why it came out so weird. And then we have between worlds, as well as round and round. So in between worlds, one thing that I can see here is that it's almost like you're going through a transformation from a very dull, lifeless place right now to a place where there's a lot more joy for life, a lot more, almost like, how should I say, almost like a rejuvenated version of yourself, where you feel once again like life is just bursting with life force, like life is just very zesty and ready to allow you to experience each and every facet of it. And that's why you're going out a lot more. So I just want to show you here in between worlds that, you know, this is where you're at right now, kind of dull, a little bit gray, and this is where you're moving into and going to be 3 months from now. So if you've made it to this point of your reading, leave a little flamingo emoji down below in order to let me know. In round and round, one thing that I can tell here is that, you know, it's all just a cycle. You're going through this stage, this phase right now for a reason, and things are going back up. Things are turning back upwards to a point where you have more hope, and to a point where you can understand maybe why you've been put through these experiences and what they have been able to teach you, and what kind of value you can give on to the next generation, and potentially also future children, future grandchildren, just future generations that have not experienced what you have gone through and what you have been able to experience. So group number 3, this is the reading that I received for you. I truly hope that you enjoyed it and that it was insightful and inspiring. Let me know down in the comments section how you enjoyed your reading, what really connected with you, what really hit home with you, and what experience or tips you would like to share with all the other beautiful unicorns on my channel. So group number 3, wherever you are, I hope you're staying safe, and I will see you in one of my upcoming videos. Hello, group number 4, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the clear quartz, group number 4, which is such a gorgeous mineral. I just absolutely love it. It helps you cleanse any sorts of energies that you're sick of, that you want to get rid of, and it just allows you to start on a fresh slate. So that is most likely where you're going to be 3 months from now, but let's move into your reading to figure out exactly which point you're going to be at in your life. So we have the Muse of Emotions, as well as Have Faith in Your Dreams. Actually, let me switch this around here. So in the Muse of Emotions, one thing that I can see here in correlation to your life 3 months from now is that you're going to be in a place of kind of emotional stability, and you may think to yourself, I am not emotionally stable. That is one thing I am not, Vanessa. But group number 4, I want to let you know that that can change pretty rapidly, okay? Experiencing things that make you so much more mature and so much more aware of the fact that you are a tiny little entity in this huge world, and you don't have to react to every little thing, because if you would react to every little comment, to every little negative speck in this world, I mean, there would be no time for life, to enjoy life. So I just see you moving more towards a very mature state of yourself. And in the waxing crescent moon, I see here that you have to have faith in your dreams, okay? You have to have faith in the fact that freaking out is not going to help you. Freaking out is not going to build that empire or cultivate that love life that you've always wanted. It's only going to make you feel frustrated. It's only going to physically affect you negatively. So it's important for you to learn to stay calm, and I see you moving towards your calmest self, calmer than you have ever been, because you think to yourself, I have experienced so much this year. I have been through, you know, a situation where the world's health was in jeopardy. I have been through a situation where there was absolutely no peace in this world, where people were just expressing themselves because of everything that has transpired. And I don't want to, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't want YouTube to not be pushing out my video because I'm saying the actual names of what has been going on, but you understand what I mean, group number 4. I just want as many people as possible to get the messages from my readings. So don't get me wrong, don't feel like I'm tiptoeing around it. I mean, I am, but for the reason I just explained. I want everybody to be able to be reached through this video. So know that you will think to yourself, oh, wow, I have experienced all of these things. I was alive during the year of 2020. I mean, nothing can knock me at this point. Then we have the waning moon, as well as the full moon in Cancer. So a Cancer season, are you ready? I mean, I am. I know I am. In the full moon in Cancer, one thing that I can see here is that any personal issues that you have in your home are reaching a resolution, okay? The Cancerian is a homebody. It's the kind of energy that affects your home life. your intimate life as well. So any kind of issues that you may have right now, know that 3 months from now, they're going to be water under the bridge. They're going to be a bygone story. In the waning moon, I see here that 3 months from now, you're going to feel as though you've carried a lot of baggage with you through the year of 2020, and you're going to start asking yourself, what can I release? What can I get rid of? What am I carrying around with myself that is just so unnecessary and so unhelpful to my personal growth? So we have one card, just one card that was here upside down in the pile, so let's see what it has to say. We have the Archangel Michael, and I can see that you have to let go of fear. The Archangel Michael is here to communicate to you, group number 4, that you are protected, that you don't need to live through life, that you don't need to live your life in such a fearful way, that you don't have to live your life feeling intimidated by the world and just people who are maybe very brutal or very, how should I say, very much on the offensive side, very much ready to pounce on others. Don't allow that to intimidate you. Don't allow that to make you feel as though you're not protected. Your energy is protecting you. Your angels are protecting you. And when I say your energy is protecting you, you know when there are people who just don't get messed with because people, like the people who are trying to be mean to others or hurt others, they pick a certain kind of person. And when your energy just exudes this kind of, I'm protected, I have nothing to fear, that is when you don't get messed with. And that is when you just protect yourself by having that fierce energy without having to say it. You just have this very grounded energy that tells others, I'm not to be messed with. So that is what I see 3 months from now. In the Archangel Chamuel, I see here that you have to open your heart more. I feel as though this world and everything that we're going through has closed your heart off a little bit, not just for people in general, but also for love, having feelings of love, feelings of closeness and intimacy with strangers, because you ask yourself, are they part of the oppressing group? Are they part of the problem? Because I don't really want to be friends with anybody right now who is part of the issues that are going on. But I see that there are far more people that think the way you do, that can agree with your worldviews, and you just have to open your heart a little bit more to them. I see that there may even be a love interest that is prepared to enter your life here, as long as you are able to open your heart in 3 months' time. So don't be too closed off. Then we have don't hate, meditate, as well as honor your beauty. So one thing that I can see here in the Archangel Jophiel is the fact that you're just like in a state where honoring your beauty is something that comes more naturally, but something that you feel like other people are engaging in as well. So 3 months from now, you'll get a lot of compliments for your exterior, for your looks. Maybe you're thinking of changing your hair color or just the clothing that you wear. 3 months from now, you will have done that, and people love it. People feel like it's naturally you. And don't hate, meditate. I want you to know here that you can find a lot of guidance in meditation. So meditation is about stillness, it's about calming the mind, coming to your personal equilibrium, but at the same time it also brings us a lot of answers, which is very hard to explain how it does that, even though it is actually a place of stillness, a place of calm. But just try it, group number 4. That's all I can say. Just try meditating consecutively for about 10-14 days, and you will start to notice a big difference, a big shift in your personality. Then we have the 10 of emotions. So 3 months from now, you're in an emotional state of bliss. You're in an emotional state of just being happy, being able to exhale and know that you have overcome a lot of things that you thought would be difficult to overcome, a lot of things you may have even feared that you can't overcome. And I see that you're in a protected and safe space where you can finally kind of release the tension that's been building up within yourself, your muscles, your body. Then we have the 6 of Voices. So in the 6 of Voices, I see here that there's somebody in your life who is embracing you wholeheartedly and who is also just embracing the smart person, the eloquent person that is you. So they allow you to talk, they allow you to express yourself, and they're intrigued by your thought process, they're intrigued by who you are. So having like somebody who truly listens to you may be a very new experience for you, an experience that you've been waiting for or needing. So look forward to that, group number 4. Then we have the 6 of materials as well as the 8 of inspiration. So in the 8 of inspiration, I see things moving very rapidly forward with new projects that you feel inspired to do. So you may, for instance, just one weekend say to yourself that, oh, I want to learn tarot, and then you order 1,000,000 decks and you're into it. You're studying it, you're very much immersed in it, and things are moving rapidly. You felt inspired and you're going to follow through. In the 6 of materials, I can see here that there is kind of like more growth as well as more monetary things being embraced that you may have not known how to embrace before. So 3 months from now, let me give you an example, group number 4. You may have thought to yourself, whenever you get a bill for your health insurance, for your rent, whatever bills it is that you receive, you may have thought to yourself, oh, I really don't want to be paying this. Why am I paying this? And then in the 6 of materials, I can see that you're shifting from that kind of thinking to being grateful that you even have bills to pay, because there are a lot of people who are unable to take care of themselves financially, unable to keep a roof over their heads, unable to pay these bills just due to their economic standpoint, due to maybe their mental health, and they would kill to be in your situation. So that is where I see you shifting your mindset 3 months from now and understanding that you should be grateful that you even have these things to take care of, and that you can find ways to make more money so that you don't have to rely on just one source of income or feel every month as though, you know, all of your money is being wiped out by bills. So not really being mad at the fact that you have to pay bills, being more inspired to do something to have them chew less into your income. Then we have the fork in the road. So you have a big decision to make 3 months from now, group number 4, and I see that that decision is going to feel like a fork in the road. It's going to feel like you can't continue cruising, seeing what's going on both sides. You have to pick one way, and like both ways that you have to choose from have a lot of trees, a lot of like forage around them. So you can't see, once you're on one path, you can't see the other path. You don't know where the other path is going. So I just want you to be confident in your decisions 3 months from now, and to know that it is best to just focus on your path instead of wondering what is on the other path or what could have been. But let's read a little bit more into that. We have time for a nap as well as between worlds. So 3 months from now, when you're asking yourself what path you should go down, what side you should choose, take a nap, group number 4. You need to restore your energy. I see that answers will come to you in your dreams when you're in that theta state, when you're in the state of just being your subconscious also being able to be very active and reactive, something that you're not able to do usually in your day-to-day life, in your day-to-day brain function and activity. In between worlds, I see here that the path that you choose with this big decision is going to make you feel like you're completely revamping your life, like you're just moving from a shadow place to a place of light. Now let me show you this on the card. So it will make you feel as though you're moving from this shadow place to this place of light and color and just beauty. That is what this Between Worlds card is all about. And we have the number 3, and the number 3 is a number that stems from the type of energy that shows there is playful energy around, there is fun energy around, an energy that is to be shared with others. So I definitely see you sharing your decision, sharing your journey with those who you love, spending more time with them again, finally 3 months from now. So group number 4, this is the reading that I received for you. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that it gave you inspiration as well as insight. If you made it all the way to the end of your reading, leave a little moon emoji down below in order to let me know, and as a little token of good luck for your life 3 months from now. So group number 4, wherever you are in this world, I hope that you're having a fabulous day or night, and I will see you in one of my upcoming readings.